Next up in the seemingly never-ending list of unnecessary sequels, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Okay, so I actually enjoyed the first Alice in Wonderland movie more than the majority of people. Like, it was only as I got older that I realised that people didn't actually like it that much. When it first came out, I thought it was a masterpiece and thought everyone loved it because it made over $1 billion and blah blah blah. I didn't realise that it actually wasn't that well received. But I continue to stand by that film to this day. However, this one, I can't stand by. It's not very good, is it? Okay, so Alice Through the Looking Glass takes place a few years after the original Alice in Wonderland, when Alice goes back to Wonderland, of course. She goes back and the Hatter's in a bit of a weird place, more so than the Hatter would normally be, and it's all because he believes his family is still alive. So Alice goes on this really weird time quest to kind of figure out the truth of the whole situation, and for some reason there's more to find out about these two queens who, like, I don't actually care that much about, but they try. Props for trying, movie. And there's no denying that this film is pretty. Like, the environments, the sets are pretty, the costumes are pretty, the makeup is pretty, but other than that, there aren't many redeeming features to this film. I feel like when something is already an unnecessary sequel, the rest of it just kind of fails as a result of it, because it has so many rooted problems just by being unnecessary. But this film didn't really put in much effort to convince us that it wasn't unnecessary. It was just really, really dull and boring, and it was just so untrying to do anything new or take this story in an interesting direction leading on from the first one. It just didn't have much effort put into it. I felt like so much of it was just rehashing the original film. There were so many lines in this film that are direct copies from the first film, which are in turn direct copies of the book and pop culture and all that kind of stuff. So to hear them again is just kind of reiterating that we don't need this film. We've already got it. It's called Alice in Wonderland. And I thought the script was pretty terrible. I mean, especially Sacha Baron Cohen's time. It wasn't funny. He was trying to be funny and all over the place and really wacky, kind of like the Hatter is, and it just didn't work. I didn't understand half of what he was saying. It was not funny. It just, I sat there thinking, what did you just say? The characters. Oh my goodness, all the secondary characters from the first film, they're here again, but they're literally just here because you need a sense of familiarity. The secondary characters serve absolutely no purpose to this film, unlike the way they did in the first film where they actually all played a part in the story. They were literally just there because they needed to be. And this film has quite a few continuity issues, both within the new plots uncovered in this sequel and leading on from the first one. I won't spoil what they are, but they were so blaring. They were just looking me straight in the face, and I was thinking, how was this not raised at a writer's table? How did they not realise that this does not make sense, that this does not match with this? It just blew my mind. And I'm sorry, if you mess with time and don't follow the laws of time and what a paradox is and how a paradox would be caused, then I have lost interest in your film, because time is such an intricate thing, and if you don't do it right and don't take the care to do it right, then I don't care. Sorry. And even some of the CG was really off-putting. I mean, I think the environments were really strong. They were so colourful and beautiful, and all the houses and the villages and even like the kind of weird time voids that they went into. Really pretty. But where I think it fell down was when they had characters moving against these backgrounds, especially the ones that were way out there. Like, you know when you're watching TV and like a Disneyland advert comes on and you see that fake family riding on Aladdin's carpet against the green screen and it looks so fake? Yeah, that's what some of the scenes in this film looked like. And I'm not sure if the reason they didn't grate on me when I was younger was because I was younger. But oh my goodness, the main characters in this film really do grate on you. I know Anne Hathaway's White Queen is kind of a subject of humiliation, like, since the first one came out, and I never really took much notice of this. But my god, this, all the way through. I know it was established as her character, but I'm sorry, I can still call it out for being annoying as hell. And overall, I just thought this film was a bit of a mess. I didn't care about any of the plots they were trying to do. They were trying to do too many at once and make me care about them all simultaneously, and they did none of those things. The script was shoddy, the continuity was shoddy, the characters were shoddy, just everything about this film was shoddy. And honestly, I think the best scenes in the movie were the parts when Alice was not in Wonderland. And if you've got a film based in Wonderland, you don't want the best scenes to be when she's in the grey real world. And there wasn't nearly enough of a really pretty soundtrack to keep me interested. One of the things I remember loving the most about the first movie was how enchanting the soundtrack was, and you got a few hints of it here and there, like beginning and end. And in the middle, it's just, I didn't notice it was there. And one of the things I love the most is the soundtrack in this film, and if I don't notice there's one there, then you haven't done a good job. So there you go. I was going into this film hoping to really enjoy it. I wanted to like it so much because I really enjoyed the original, which not a lot of people can say, and I really just did not enjoy it at all. I think I'd give this film a 4. Yeah, I just didn't enjoy it at all, and I have so many holes to pick with pretty much every element of the film, and if it's hardly got anything to redeem itself, I can't warrant giving it any more than that. Thank you for watching my review of Alice Through the Looking Glass. I will see you in the next one.